Hello traders, Rich here and welcome to Bitcoin in a Minute Day 121. As usual, if you like this series, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, Bitcoin has been overall bearish, making low lows and lower highs from a long-term perspective, trading inside this falling orange channel. And we are currently in a deep correction movement. This one reminds me of the previous correction movement where we had a higher low and a higher high, and then the next impulse movement started. So we might be having a very similar view. For now, we have our first low and a correction. So we're expecting one more impulse movement from a medium term perspective to push price higher before the next impulse movement from a longer term perspective push price lower till around the 10 to 12k demand zone and lower orange trend line. But to confirm that the buyers are taking over to push higher, we need to see a break just like previously above the previous high, which would be around this area, around 17k. Meanwhile, of course, we would be bearish, especially after breaking below this low and this low as well. We'll be expecting further bearish movement from here. To confirm it, we need to zoom into H4 time frame. We can see that we are now bearish, especially after breaking below this low. We had a retest to it and we traded lower. For the bulls to take over again, as I showed you from daily, we need to see a break above the 17k. In this case, a movement higher would be expected. Meanwhile, we are below these two lows, so I'm expecting one more bearish impulse movement to push lower till around this area, but we would be fine unless we break below the 15,500. In this case, further bearish movement would be expected. If you zoom into H1 time frame, we are also bearish from a short-term perspective. We broke below this low. We had our impulse correction impulse. So I'm expecting one more impulse movement to push lower as I showed you from H4. Unless the bulls take over from a short-term perspective by breaking above this and then most importantly above this area in gray, then we can say that we are now finally bullish again, breaking above the entire an entire consolidation here, then we'll be expecting a bullish movement. Meanwhile, until this happens, we are bearish from a short-term and medium-term perspective. Best of luck, and I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, I forgot to zoom into M30. And if we break below this channel, we'll be expecting further bearish movement from here. So multiple scenarios. I like to try to cover as much as possible. Break this one, short term will remain bearish. Break above this one, short term bullish, medium term bullish. We'll be expecting a long term bullish movement. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.